So I've never had one of these portable power stations before. It's basically like almost like a silent generator, but you fill it with electricity instead of fuel. I've wanted one for a long time, and somebody finally reached out to my review channel and asked if I would like to review this unit in exchange for the unit, and I was honored and I'm happy to do that. So the first thing that came to my mind was to plug this into my travel trailer, because I go camping all the time and I hate starting my generator for every little thing. I have lead acid batteries on my trailer. They don't power my AC outlets inside of the trailer, so I can't like turn on the coffee maker, I can't turn the TV on. I can run like the water pump and lights, but to get out and have to start the generator all the time, it's like pretty disturbing. Yeah, you can plug things into this, but what if you can plug the whole entire travel trailer into this little box instead of starting the generator? So we are at my storage unit. We're going to try to do that right now. So here's our power supply cord, and then I have a little 110 to 30 amp RV adapter. So plug that in. Basically, I'm going to check the power supply first, 100%. We'll go ahead and spin this thing around, plug that in. And this is my 30 amp power supply for the camper. Turn on the AC. Now the RV should be alive. Okay, we're off to a good start. All the lights are on inside. Battery is reading full. I'll go ahead and turn on more lights. Water pump works. I don't have any water though, so all those lights are working. So fridge turns on. I'm gonna put it on performance max. So that is a very large refrigerator, and the freezer is on max as well. Output wattage right now is 152. We are still at 100%. This has a 350 constant output, I believe, and a 700 watt peak. Somehow we're only using half of that so far, which is amazing. Let's go turn on the TV. And like I said earlier, we're gonna go over the technical specs and all that stuff in a second. I kind of wanted to put this thing through a nice torture test, like right out of the gate. I don't think I should start my microwave. That's probably a really bad idea. I rarely use the microwave when I'm camping, so I might try it with a power supply box, but I don't know how I feel about that. It lags my generator pretty bad. It's also not something I'm gonna have to use for more than, a minute at a time. So we'll go ahead and turn on our DVD player here, turn on our TV, find out what Disney movie we left in here last time we camped.
Hang on.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn that down so I don't get copyright strike. So we have all the lights, fridge on full, and the TV and DVD player playing. Let's go check our box. 96% to be expected. 230 watt output. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to turn on the coffee maker. Oh, killed everything. Alright, let's go see what's up. What did we get here? Might have blown the breaker. So I believe the breaker is behind this little door. It's very difficult to open with the finger. There we go. Let's see. No. Our LED is off. This is off. Okay, so I just turned the AC back on and our cord is getting power again. So let's say if we want coffee, we turn the refrigerator off, leave the lights on. Oh. Lights are flickering. Go ahead and kill those lights. So I just shut off like 20 lights. Let's see if the coffee maker works now. Okay. Here's the thing with the coffee maker. Sometimes, I always wake up early, probably around 4:35 in the morning, and I want a cup of coffee. And the generator hours at campgrounds, if you don't have a power hookup for your RV there, are typically 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, you can hear it going. Let's go see what the wattage is. Anyways, really quick, yeah, if it's before 7 a.m., I cannot kick on my generator without getting in trouble. So this is awesome. Let's see what our power consumption is. Okay, so we are at absolute peak right now at 300. Actually, peak is 7, but we are at the peak of what you can draw constantly, which is 360. It's actually 350. So it can handle the coffee maker, which is cool. I'm going to kick on some lights. Okay, so it can handle like half of the lights and the coffee maker. It's very hot. Now I'll go ahead and turn everything off and see what it says. Output is 14 watts, which is probably just keeping the generator inverter running. So now I'm going to put the fridge in eco mode and turn the TV on and like one light. Eco with 1 bar. Turn TV, DVD player, and a single light. I'm also going to charge my phone because that is something I cannot do without the generator. Now when I say generator, I mean generator or shore power. So phone is charging. Again, none of my outlets work if I'm just using the battery on the travel trailer. I have to be actually plugged in at the campsite, which a lot of campsites don't offer, or I have to be plugged in at home or have the generator running to use all of the plugs in this thing. So right now I got one light, refrigerator on eco, and then the TV and DVD player running. Phone is at 51%, charging on a 3 amp charger. Let's go see what our box says. Oh, cool, 87, so it's only dropped 2% since we started all that stuff. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. Phone is at 60%. Everything's still working. Fridge is still running. Previews still playing. 80%. Wow. I'm actually really impressed with that. That makes me really happy. It would probably be up at about 90 still if we weren't messing with performance mode on the fridge, which is unnecessary, and messing with the coffee maker and every single light in the camper as well. It can be charged to 80% within 55 minutes and fully charged quickly within 75 minutes. So about an hour and a half to recharge this thing, which is great. If it dies out here, I can just start my generator, run the camper on the generator, and plug the battery box into the generator as well. You can recharge it about 3,500 times. It supports solar charging, so you can buy some like solar panels for, you know, $100-200 and plug it in if you want. It can automatically turn on when sensing solar charging. You can still see the screen clearly under strong light. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I'm not big on like technical specs. I like to just plug the thing in and see what it can do. I know that it can sustain a 350 watt draw and can handle up to a 700 watt peak, which is like, that's cool for like initial amp draw if you're like turning on something. Like my coffee maker probably, you know, asks for 700 watts when you turn it on initially, and then kicks itself down to like, you know, that 360 that it was running at earlier. So my phone is at 78% now. Oh, not bad. It's still at 52 minutes. That's what it was at like 10 minutes ago. The screen has an auto kickoff. So this thing lasts quite a while. Wow, again, I'm really impressed with this. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but I just ran the cord under the camper and put this thing inside. So yeah, another great benefit to using this over the generator for like temporary use is that it's very clean, so you can put it inside. I guess I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. 188 watts, that's what it's drawing. Fridge is running at a constant. Freezer's like nice and cold. Oh, I have the freezer temperature control all the way on max, so you can like slap the food in there. Kind of want to try the microwave now. I think I'm gonna shut everything off and try it. So now we're at 58%, 14 watt draw, 6.5 hours of life left. Alright, time to blow this thing up. Oh my god, it's working, kind of. $299 watts, 31 minutes remaining. I mean, I can't tell if it would have heated anything up, but... So, I give this thing a big A+. I'm going to show you guys the rest of the features on the unit. So as you can see right here, this is our cigarette lighter hole. You push the button to turn that on or off. This is a Bluetooth button to pair your phone to the device. These little guys right here, USB-C, USB, and the same on this side. It's a 100 watt USB-C, 65 watt C, 18 watt A, 18 watt A. Here's a microphone for the voice commands. Little fan right here, you can hear the air kicking out pretty nicely. Got a nice robust design, really beautiful little accents here. This is like a soft, non-stretching rubber thing. Super nice material, very impressed with that. Little rubber feet on the bottom. And then on the back, we are plugged in. Let's turn the AC off. There goes the camper. Now we can unplug it. So at the bottom here, we have solar/car input 12 to 30 volt, 200 watt max. That is a cord that came with this thing that I left at home, but it basically plugs into this Dean's connector, I believe that's called, and has a regular 110 AC outlet plug for the wall. There's a breaker. This thing doesn't have fuses. It uses a breaker, which is super awesome. Here is the 110 home AC charging input, 6 amp breaker, AC input 100 to 120 volt, 500 to 60 or 50 to 60 hertz, I'm sorry. This main output is a 120 volt, 350 watt. Here's a light. So it has this like really cool SOS mode here. So I just want to throw this in here real quick. I'm going to do a quick demonstration on the voice activated deal on this thing. It has to be turned on, and in the app, which I'll show you in a second, I actually programmed it to stay on for like 12 hours at a time, but the screen I set to shut off after 5 minutes. So basically there are two things it can do with voice activation. One is turn on the light that's on the back of this thing, and the other one is to contact emergency services, which I'm obviously not going to demonstrate, but let's do the light. So I think you say, "Hi EHOM." There it goes. Turn on light. Boom. Turn off light. Turn off light. Turn on light. Turn off light. Hi EHOM. Turn on light. Turn off light. So, kind of handy. Let's check the app out. So here's the app right here. It shows 99.9 hours remaining. And then basically if you turn these things on, the AC outlet will turn on or off, and then the DC, the cigarette lighter one, same deal. And then it will also tell you if you have something plugged into USB. Pretty handy, and you can also turn up and down the brightness of the screen, or if you choose SOS, the LED flashes on the back. Remaining power 98% and cell temperature 19 degrees Celsius. So very handy app we have here. If we go into the settings, so you can rename the device. Standby time I put for 12 hours. So if I'm like sleeping in my camper or something, I can basically just yell at this thing to turn the light on, so I don't have to get up. I don't know, might be handy. Spur flux on, voice activated sensor lighting on, screen off time, yeah. So, yep, upper limit of charging power I have set to full. And then you can also upgrade the firmware. This one's all up to date. So I just mentioned the Spur Flux, but I'm not exactly sure what that was, but here's a screenshot of its exact function. So long story short, if you're like overloading this thing, the Spur Flux will kick in and give you some additional power without harming the unit. And here are the two cords. That's the cigarette lighter into the Dean's connector for charging, and here's an AC input for charging. That's what comes with it. So yeah, I would say that I'm thoroughly impressed with this unit. We just used it for the better part of an hour, honestly, and I was able to consistently run some things that I just can't run without my generator, which made me really happy. The main thing is the TV. Like if I'm out camping and my kids want to watch a movie or something, or I want to watch something, I don't want to run the generator. I don't know, it's loud, it's stinky, it's annoying, it bothers the people camping next to you. So I like this a lot. I'm definitely going to be open to getting a much larger one in the future, but surprisingly this little tiny thing, and don't be confused because I know this is like the size of a car battery, but again, this is a lithium battery. This is going to have a much higher capacity and be a lot more able, to provide for a much longer time than a lead acid battery, which is why my camper doesn't work off of its regular batteries. I run 2 lead acid batteries in parallel, and I actually use them to power my heater at night. I have a propane heater, but they have to spin the fan and power the igniter for the heater, so it keeps us warm. But during the day, it's like if I want to do literally anything at all, I have to start the generator because I don't want to draw down the lead acid batteries before we, you know, go to sleep that night. So this is perfect. Just leave it plugged in and live your life. So yep, really cool unit. I'll put a link in the description, and if you guys could subscribe to this channel and my other channel, which is called Remote Trooper. It's named after the truck sitting outside. That would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.